I really like these pictures of a Mustang GT, silver metallic, just like mine. These are really fun to look like. The only difference between this one and mine would be mine is a 2004, so it has the 40th anniversary badge. But I did have an '03, just like this as well. So this is really fun to look at, and these pictures are really nice. These are like promotional pictures, always fun to look at. So I've been enjoying the GT a lot. I've been daily driving it. My wife's been daily driving it. Every time we want to go somewhere, we take the GT. Whenever we run errands, we take the GT. Whenever I need to go pick up somebody from school, I take the GT. It's just a really nice car to jump in, cruise around in. This is us taking it out to dinner. It was really fun to go out with a family, and we all met up together, and I took the GT with my wife and a couple of my boys, and the other ones went with my grandma, and we all met up and had a great time, and so it was fun to take the GT out. But I was talking to my friend at a car show, and he runs a auto tech program, and I talked to him about getting an alignment, and he said that I was welcome to bring the GT up and have him have his students work on the car and do an alignment, and we'll check what the car is like after the accident. The car seems to track pretty good, but the steering wheel was a little bit crooked. But other than that, I did notice some tire wear on the front tires, and that's because they were toe out. Both of them were toe out. And so my friend had said that's why the insides of the tires are going to be wearing, because it's stock height, stock camber, everything else was okay. And he said, let's go ahead and we'll air up all the tires, we'll get everything set up right. The students did a good job. It was really nice to have them work on the car. It was a nice project. They were setting it all up, and it's really fun for me to see the car in the lift. I loved going there. I got underneath the car. I was all around it. I was watching how they were doing everything, and it was really fun to see the car getting some attention. And the car is doing great. So here's just a little bit of the setup and everything. And he said the car was actually in pretty good spec considering it being in an accident. He said it was really close. So they worked on it a little bit. They straightened the steering wheel, and they tried moving the tie rods around and doing the alignment, and they got it into spec on each side. Slowly but surely they got each side in there. And I left and drove the car around, and the steering wheel was still pretty crooked. It had pulled the steering wheel around with the adjustments, and so I went to the post office. I hadn't been here since I was a little kid. Drove around the town, did some errands. They said bring it back after they were done with lunch, and they'll put it back on the rack and they'll straighten out again. I saw this '04 Screaming Yellow Mustang V6, and it had the keypad on the door. That was an accessory option, and so it was cool to see that, even though I don't care for it, but it was nice to see one of those because I'd only seen that in brochures before. And it has a hood scoop and the chrome wheels, so I imagine that was a pony package Mustang V6. So it was fun seeing the GT around. I went to a couple stores with my son. We just had a little bit of time to kill. The auto program is actually up on top of that mountain there, so we were nearby, and we had just about an hour before we needed to be there. So it was fun to see the other cars in the parking lot. There's that Screaming Yellow V6 again, and the GT looks so good. I just love this car, so very happy to see it there. Then we went on top of the mountain. There's a park up there where I used to go as a kid all the time because the airport used to be up here. And so that's the same park I used to play at when I was a kid. So it was nice to enjoy the view and get ready to go back over to the auto shop. And while we were there, we just played at the playground and looked over the beautiful city. And my son kept saying, look, a Mustang, all the time. They do that. All my boys do that. And there was a California special. There it is driving off. He had caught that. And so now it was time to get back over to the auto shop and get the car back up on the lift. And I was able to crawl under it some more and get some more footage. And this car is so clean underneath. No rust at all. California, Nevada car its whole life. Just looking at everything and seeing how nice it is. The mufflers are great. There's no rust spots on anything. This car is just a clean, straight desert, 100% stock car. So nice to see it in this condition and enjoy it. 65,000 miles on it now. Very proud that it's gotten to that point with me daily driving it and everything. I've put 3,000 miles on it. So here's the interior a little bit. they had that little thing to hold the steering wheel straight. I didn't know they even had that before. Got it back into spec again. I like how it says Ford Mustang 2003 to 4 except Cobra, because the Cobra would have IRS. So they got that all straightened out, brought it back down. Steering wheel's pretty straight now, pretty happy with it. And we took the car out and drove it home, and I'm just enjoying it now. And there's still some things to do to the car I'm looking forward to, so stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoyed the playlist of this car and everything that this car has been through. If you haven't watched the entire series, I urge you to go back and watch it, because this car was completely destroyed when I bought it. It was wrecked in the front really bad. It was actually really fun to show the students what the car looked like and what I had done to it. They were all shocked, and they all had really nice things to say about it. They were excited. They couldn't believe that the car was fixed compared to what it used to look like. So that was really fun. I have an album on my phone of just the Silver GT and a lot of the pictures of what I did to it, and I can pull it up and show it to people at any time, and everybody's always impressed. So very happy with the car. This is really cool. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more Mustang content.